Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kami and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, which means that I go out and I source pre-owned clothing, shoes, and accessories at places like thrift stores, garage sales, Goodwill outlet, bin stores, all sorts of places, and then I sell it online for a profit. All right, in today's video, we are going to be going over my 10 favorite tools that I use for reselling. They are tools that are physical tools, like actual things that I use during shipping or during photographing. Also, they could be items that are kind of more virtual, that don't actually have like a physical thing that I use, but that they are very pertinent to my reselling business. So if you guys are interested in seeing the kind of tools that I use every day in my reselling business, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and keep watching. All right, so I've kind of organized this in tools that I use from the very beginning when I'm sourcing to the very end when I ship something out that has sold. So the first thing I want to talk about are IKEA bags. So they are these giant bags. I have some that are blue. I have some that are a black and white zebra print. They have all sorts of prints and they are IKEA. So I don't actually have an IKEA store where I live. There's actually none currently in the state of Oklahoma. Really wish they'd bring one here, but there is one located in Dallas, Texas, and one in Kansas City, Kansas. So I do, I have purchased things from IKEA. One of the things I love purchasing is the IKEA bags. They range usually in price from like $1 to like $3. So they're pretty inexpensive. So I will take these to the Goodwill bins or the outlet locations and carry my clothing in it. I usually have one of these in my car whenever I go garage selling. And what this one is currently being used for is once I photograph something and put them in bags, I will put them in here until I'm ready to put them in the storage bins that I keep, which is another tool that we'll talk about here in just a minute. All right, the next item and tool that I love to use is actually behind me. It is this clothing rack. This rack has lasted me, I think, 2+ years now. It's the only clothing rack I've ever used. I purchased it at Walmart. Any of the items that I can find a link for to purchase online, I will put down in the description box. I don't know if they still make this exact one, but this one has held up really well. I think it's only come apart once, and that's because I pulled too hard on this rack up at the top. And that was just me doing it. It wasn't because of the weight or anything like that. This holds a lot of weight, especially if you're not moving it around. I'll sometimes move it out a little bit when I do steaming, but for the most part, it sits right there and it's done really well for me. It holds a lot of items and I love it. All right, the third tool that I have is when I'm starting to take photographs. So usually what I have up here is either ready to steam or ready to photograph. So once it's ready to photograph, I will put it on a wall in this room and I will take pictures. Now I love using umbrella lights. So I used to just use regular light from the ceiling or natural light until I got these probably about 1.5 years or so ago, and I absolutely love them. So I'm gonna have a picture right here of them, but also linked down below. It came with 2 umbrella lights. They put off a lot of light. It's actually, I'm using it right now in this video, so you can kind of tell it is giving me a lot more light, and it really showcases really well on different colors, and I love the way that my pictures turn out when I use them. All right, the fourth tool that I love to use is hefty tubs. So I'll have them linked down below, but I'm also going to put a picture up here of my wall of tubs out in the garage, and these tubs are what hold my inventory once they've been photographed. So I'll put them in the IKEA bag and then I'll take them out and put them in the tubs wherever I have space at. I have them numbered A through Z, and then starting in with AA, AB, etc. I think I'm up to a J, maybe A. Actually, I don't know. I'll have to put it right here, but I think maybe AJ or AK, one of the two. But I have quite a few of them. It holds a ton of inventory. I probably have roughly 1,100 items right now in those tubs. So they hold a lot, they've held up really well, and I love the lids on them. They're actually raised on the inside. So the You can actually put a little bit more than what's level because it has a raised lid. And so I have just found that those work best for me. But tubs in general, I think are really handy to have in a reselling business because staying organized is the key to having a successful reselling business. All right, the fifth tool that I have is starting off the more virtual type tools. So this is PosherVA. This is the first and only online tool that I have started using. I started using them, I want to say about 2 years ago, to not only share my Poshmark closet, but also to relist and delist, which is a newer feature in the last year that they've come out with. Also, I can send out bulk offers on my items. It has just been a lifesaver. I used to share by hand, and since I have started automating that process in my reselling business, my sales have increased tenfold. So I think it is a great investment. If you pay by month, I believe you pay $25 a month, but I pay in a 6-year increment at a time. And I think it's around like $130 something for that. But if you're interested in trying it out, I do know that you can go on and you can get a 2-week free trial. You don't even have to give your credit card. That's how I tested it out first whenever I got it. And I absolutely loved it. So I will link their website down below in case you guys want to check it out. All right, so as soon as I got done filming this, I realized I left one of my tools off. So I think this was number 6. It's over, let's see, right here. It's right there. I have a Rollo wireless printer. So once an item sells, I print off a shipping label, and that thing has been a lifesaver. I used to print out of my own printer on the USPS stick address labels, which worked great. It was free, but it was a lot of ink, and this is just so much easier, faster, and quicker. I really think it's a really good investment if you're going to be reselling at a volume that I am, which is approximately about 150 items I sell every month, or just, you know, you want to have it for other reasons too, like I am going to mention later that I'm trying to make my own thank you stickers, and that is something that I can use to do that with. There's no ink, it's all heat printed, so that's definitely a big money plus. All right, my 7th tool is not exactly virtual, but it is kind of a conglomerate tool, okay? USPS, as much as I have a love-hate relationship with them, they have been critical in my success. I started reselling on Poshmark, and so I needed to get tools and supplies to ship out my items as cheap as possible. And with Priority Mail, you have free tools and supplies on their website. So I always get all of my Priority Mail packaging materials like boxes or poly mailers, the padded ones, from USPS. It's completely free. You can only use it through USPS for Priority Mail, but it's completely free. Also, I just want to give my mailman a shout out. Actually, every single mailman I've had, mailwoman that I've had since starting reselling have been amazing. I know a lot of people have some people that deliver their mail that do not like to pick up items and can be rude at times, but I have been so blessed with 3 amazing mail delivery people. I had one at my old house, one that was at my mom's house where I was living until we moved into this house recently, a year ago now, and then Willie, who is our mail delivery man here at this house, and they have just been amazing. They love picking up my packages. They love to see that, you know, that I'm bringing business to USPS, and they've never once complained at all. I also leave out like a box of different snacks, different drinks for them. I used to do it only during the holidays, but now that we have a covered porch here on the front porch, I just leave it out there every single day. And so be nice to your mail people, even at the actual locations if you go there instead of having a pickup. You know, I love to treat them because they do a lot of hard work for not only me as just a citizen, but also as a reselling business owner. All right, so once I have sold an item, I usually put thank you stickers on the items that I ship out. So as you saw, I do keep them in a poly mailer bag, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but I will stick a thank you sticker on it. And these are the thank you stickers that I have purchased off of Amazon. There's 4 different colors on a roll, and they come, I believe, 500 in a roll. They did recently go up just a little bit in price, but these have been really good quality, and I love the variety of colors, but they all just say thank you. I know there's a ton of them out there on Amazon, so take your pick, but I will have these linked down below. But I do have a Rollo printer, and I am working on just creating my own with Rollo labels, so we'll have to see how that goes. But these have been just really sturdy, and you know, I just like putting them on there. It just makes me happy to see a thank you sticker on a package that I received, so I love putting them on the ones that I send out. All right, the 9th tool or item that I love using in my reselling business is bags. So I have a couple different types of bags. So the ones I want to show first is the poly mailer bags. So these I use whenever I get an order on Mercari or eBay that is not priority mail, it's first class. So I pick these up. They are self-sealing, so you just take this little plastic piece off. These have held up so well. They have multiple different prints. I've gotten this print in a couple different colors, but I think they come in a pack of 100. They've done really well for me, so I'll have those linked below. I know there's a ton of small businesses that you can also purchase from. These are just economically a little bit financially better for my business, but I will have those linked below, as well as these clear bags that I put my items in once I photographed them. So once I photograph, I will put them in these bags, and then they'll go into the tubs for storage until they sell, and then I'll pull it out, put a thank you sticker on it, and put it in one of these or a priority mail package. So I have 2 different sizes. So this is the biggest one. I don't exactly remember what size it is, maybe a 12 by 15. And then the same company also makes different sizes. This is a 13 by 10, I believe, or maybe 12 by 9, something like that. And this is the smaller one. This is definitely the one I use the most. So both of those will be linked down in the description box. I actually found out about those from Chris and Kathy from Ginger Marvin, but I've been using those for, I don't know, probably 2 years now or longer, and they've done really well. All right, and then my 10th tool, and it's funny saying this is a tool, that I use in my reselling business and that I just have in my life. It's probably my most absolutely favorite. It's my husband, Chris. Here's a picture of him. He has just been so wonderful during COVID, and actually a couple months prior to COVID. I started selling my own items and some of his clothing items on Poshmark. And that's kind of where it kind of started for me. I kind of was looking up tips and tricks on how to get those items to move and to sell. And I came across this reselling YouTube community, and that opened my eyes to having reselling as an actual income producing business. So I remember one day, it was probably beginning of May 2020, we were sitting on the couch, and I said, I think I want to do this and actually make money at it. I want to go out and purchase things to sell and make a profit. And at first I said, I think I'm only going to have like 2 little tubs full of stuff. It's not going to be anything major. And he was on board from day one. He has supported me like crazy. You know, he's really been a support for me just in my life. We're actually at the end of this month is our 10-year date-iversary. So we've been dating almost 10 years now. And I still say we're dating, but, and then in June, we will be married for 7 years. So he has been around for more than a third of my life at this point. And I'm so thankful for him. In addition to that, I'm sure you've heard in some of my videos that he does work in IT. So they get a lot of equipment delivered. So they have a lot of packaging materials like bubbles, the like packing paper and boxes that he brings home for me to use in my reselling business. He likes going with me to thrift. He's found some amazing things for me. You know, he does go to the bins with me and things like that. And he doesn't mind me talking his ear off about reselling. He's wonderful, and I love him so much. And I think having someone that is a support, you know, in reselling is very important, because reselling can be somewhat of a lonely job. You know, you don't really I know a couple people in my town, but we don't really hang out that often. And you know, not all of my friends, you know, resell. None of my friends actually do. They know I do, but they don't. And so it can be a little bit of a lonely business. I'm in this room most of the time, or thrifting on my own. But with him there, you know, it just makes it a little bit less lonely. My mom also resells, and so she goes with me sometimes to thrift. We'll go on some thrifting trips and stuff. And I'll actually link her Poshmark down below. But I just think having a good support system while you're a reseller is very, very important. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any other tools that I didn't mention that you think is very critical to your success in reselling, make sure to drop that in a comment down below. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up on the way out. If you're not subscribed, I would love to have you here as a subscriber. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, which is crazy. This year is already almost a quarter of the way over with, but yeah, if you would like to stick around and see more of my videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you're notified every time that I put out a video. But I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.